Welcome and welcome back to the channel, guys. How are you and how are you feeling today? Another great day, and we are with you together also. Today is day number 2 of Qatar Rapid and Blitz Championship 2025. As you have seen all the games that happened yesterday, Jawhar Sandarov is unbeatable. He just played 5 games. Every chess player just played 5 games, and he recorded 3 wins and 2 draws yesterday. And also from our country mates, Muhuddin Madaminov has scored a great performance. He played 5 games and he had a draw, 3 draws and 2 wins. And he played with elite chess players like Parham Maksudlo, Haik Sargsyan, I think his name was Haik, and other chess players like Weeb Pranav. He defeated Weeb Pranav, guys. And he played also with Rasmus Swain. He played all the top players yesterday. And today, I think we hope another great games from our country mates, such as Yakubayev Nodrbek, Johangir Wahidov, and other like young rising stars like Humayun Bekmuradov. And also we are waiting the great performance from Nodrbek Absatorov today. As you have seen yesterday, he just lost 2 games, but we hope he will come back today. And also Jawhar Sandarov, I hope he continue his beast mode and he wins all the games today also. Today they are gonna play 4 games, not 5 games, because overall the tournament has 13 games. Yesterday they have played 5 games, today 4, and tomorrow they are gonna play another 4 games. And this rapid stage of the tournament will over, and then after this the players are gonna play the blitz games. The man plays 19 blitz games. I think they are going to play these 19 blitz games in just 2 days. First day, they're going to play 10 blitz games. And the second day, they're going to play 9 blitz games. So now we are just waiting the games. The games will start in just minutes, in just a second. So we are just waiting right now. And now let me check the connection. Everything is perfectly working at this point. Okay, I should charge my phone. 1 second. I should be ready for everything. Okay. Let me open the live stream chat. Everything is. I should be ready for everything is ready. The world is ready for the recap. I am also just waiting these games. The games will start in 5 minutes, I think. Let me open this. And I wanted to see the cameras. What's that? Oh, okay. I just already did this. But I shall change the YouTube. The stream settings. Edit. And I shall change the design. It's not in Uzbek. This live will be in English. An international language. Perfect. We are on the live. It's been 5 minutes. Okay, let me open the video. I wanted to see what's going on there. The players are just sitting on their boards right now. At the first board, Maxim Moshalagraf is waiting his opponent. Oh, Maxim is playing with Magnus? Wow, I think Maxim is playing with Magnus today. That's gonna be a huge and great battle for today. I can tell this. Maxim Moshalagraf, chess genius from France, plays against the greatest chess player of all time, I think. I didn't see the names right now. I just wanted to see, but it's like invisible right now. Okay. I think after a few minutes, we will find out who's playing with Maxim Moshalagraf at the first board. Now the video is lagging, I think. Yeah, video is a bit lagging here. Let me go back to the Jawhar scheme. Yeah, Maxim is sitting on his board. We have Jawhar's board here. The reason why I should find another board was let's search this. I shall find Nodrbek Absaltarov's board. Nodrbek's board is here. Nodrbek is playing today with Daniel Dartha from where? Belgium? Yeah, from Belgium. Nodrbek scored. Nodrbek just lost 1 game yesterday. Then he just lost 1 game, 3 wins and 1 draw. Not bad. Let me check out the statistics. Yeah, 3 wins, 1 loss against Jonas Bachelbierre. Sergey Drigalov, he won. Arseniy Nesterov. Arseniy Nesterov, he won this. And today he's gonna play against Daniel Dartha. Alderbek is also going not bad. Magnus Carlsen, the greatest chess player of all time, is playing against Maxim Vachiligorov. They are shaking hands right now. I'm watching this. And the games has started. Maxim played e4, and also our board, the games has just started. Alderbek started with d4 and then c4, the Queen's Gambit decline variation on the board. Daniel Dartha is playing Queen's Gambit declined. Alderbek is playing the solid Queen's Gambit knight f3, takes, and then knight to c3, or just bishop to g5. The ideas are on the board. Daniel Dartha thinking right now, and let me check out. I think other boards are also started. Yes, other games are also started. You can watch other 3 games here. It's like Jahangir Wahidov, Alderbek Yakubayev, and Sindarov Jawhar's boards are there. So the pieces are getting traded. The knight to c3 played by Alderbek Abdusattorov at this point. And let me check out the voice. c6 played. Okay, we are listening all the sounds, so I think I should just switch off this because I don't want to listen other board sounds. Right, but right now I'm just listening other board sounds also, like there's 3 boards, but I can't just mute them. I don't know how to mute these boards. I should learn this, but I didn't. Shut down source but not visible. No. I don't know that once. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I should just switch off the audio of the sports. Okay, what's going on here? After take, knight c3, and then bishop to f4, and bishop to d6, takes, queen takes, and then e3. Solid system. 99% accuracy from both players because they are playing just the theoretical moves from the beginning of the game. Cancel. Daniel Dartha cancels. I think Alderbek plays bishop to d3. Bishop e2 is a passive move. I know Alderbek is just attacker, either queen c2 or then bishop to d3. I think he's gonna play one of these 3 moves. I think queen b3 also looks good option, but I think just bishop d3, queen c2 or then queen b3 because we want to cancel also. Yeah, bishop d3 is a solid move. And this Queen's Gambit, because I also play a lot of my games Queen's Gambit. That's a good gambit if you are trying to win the game. And now we can cancel queen b3, queen c2. Both are great options. Then we put our rook to c1, puts pressure on the knight. h3, but then bishop goes to h5, so no need to do this. Maybe just canceling first. Another knight is also ready to develop from this knight bd7 square. That's perfect. 2 people are watching this. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate that. Okay, all good. Everything is going perfect. I think the live stream is also perfect, right, guys? It is not like lagging, or is there any lags today? What do you say, guys? Is there any lags or there is no lags? After this move, Alderbek Abdusattorov is thinking. The move is just h3. If you want to cancel, you can cancel. If you want to kick out the bishop, you can just play and kick out the bishop and cancel. Okay, let me see other boards. What's going on? Here is Jawhar Sindarov's game at this point. Okay, the game started with knight f6 again, the Queen's Gambit. It's like Queen's Gambit, but the players just wanted to play the England Gambit, I think. Check, bishop blocks. Knight blocks and then bishop to d2, bishop to b7. Knight takes pawn. Attacking to the knight. He's playing a4 to defend the bishop, solid. And now we are defending our knight, castle. Now knight to b4. Great move, okay. Pawn to e4. But we are putting pressure. And now he's not letting us to now we are not going back. He's just stopping this. Knight can go back right now. Now we are putting our bishop to e7, this castle, and then bishop to f4. Queen to d8, we are backing our queen, and at this point our opponent, Maxim Matlakov, is thinking, oh, Maxim Matlakov, I know this guy. Tough player. And also, our another countrymate, Mukhuddin Madaminov, is playing against Alexander Bortnik. another great Blitz player and Rapid player. I used to watch his live streams on social media, such as Twitch and YouTube. And now our countrymate, Mukhaddan Madaminov, is playing against Bortnik. There we go. Two grandmasters are playing. The game is started with d4, d5, knight c3, knight f6. It's like an Italian game on the board, but in other different variations. The knights or bishops are getting traded on the board. Oh, e6 takes. And now this light squared line is opened. He can attack from this line. Bortnik created weakness from Mukhaddan Madaminov's position, and now Mukhaddan finds the better move in this position, now pushing the pawn, attacking to the queen, giving up one pawn but opening up the position. Now the pieces are getting traded, and at this point we also created some weakness, and now we can put our bishop to g7 to attack to the knight and then castle if we want. Take, and this is endgame. We don't need to cancel because the powerful pieces king at the endgame, and this game is going for a draw, not gonna lie. But bishop versus knight, they are gonna fight until the end. We will see a great battle. Rook to d4. If you play rook d8, I'm gonna play rook to d1 and put pressure. If you take, I take. Then if you bring this, now you can bring your another rook. Then two pawns are just doubled at this point from the Bortnik's position. I don't know. It's a tricky position. Sometimes these positions will over with a draw, but it's just the beginning. So we'll see what happens during the game. Okay, another game. Who is playing again? Jahangir Wahidov is playing with Taimur Rajabov from Azerbaijan. Okay, Jahangir Wahidov is playing with the black pieces. d4, knight f6, the Indian defense, king's Indian on the board. Now castle, rook c1. Taimanov is attacking from the beginning. I mean Rajabov. Taimur Rajabov. Wow. c5. What we are going to do in this position? c6 to stop the pawn. And then we are bringing our knight from this way. If this knight goes somewhere, we are putting our knight to f6. Knight to d7. Knight to f6 is coming at this point, I think. Yeah, this is going for this. First of all, c6 to stop this pawn. I don't like black's position, but black's pieces are developed. And white's pieces didn't develop yet, and she should castle also. I think black's has enough compensation. Yeah, black's has enough compensation. c6 played by Jahangir Wahidov at this point. Great. And the game continues. Oh. Humayun Bekmuradov is playing with Jose Carlos Ibarra Jerez from Spain. We wish all the best for Mukhaddan again, I'm like Mukhaddan Madaminov. Okay, I'm familiar with him. He's my one of friends, not that close friend, but we are familiar. Okay, Humayun Bekmuradov is playing with the white pieces. Let's see the position. e45, knight f3, knight f6. Okay. If you take this, there's some gambit lines, but Humayun is not going for these gambit lines for knight game on the board. Castle takes. Knight goes to c3 back. The players are trying to take the center from the beginning, pushing their pawns. Rook e1 and then bishop to g5 attacks. Bishop to g4, rook to e8. Controlling this line again. I'm receiving messages. 1 second. Quit from the Telegram. Okay. At this point, Humayun Bekmuradov is thinking. I think rook e3. We are trying to go from this way to the attack. Or maybe like queen d3, centralizing the queen. Queen d2 also looks good option. We should move our queen at this point because we already developed our every single piece. Just bishop g3. No, we don't need just bishop g3. No, bishop what? He's gonna be a pawn, like a big pawn on this g3 square. No, we don't need this one. We can put our rook to this g3 square somewhere. So we just keep our bishop on this h4 right now. Just rook e3 or just queen d3, queen d2. Both are great options from Humayun Bekmuradov. Shamsuddin Wahidov's game didn't start it yet. Who didn't come to the game? Shamsuddin or Murad Ibrahimli? Okay. And now Nodirbek Yakubayev is playing with Artem Streybuk from FIDE. Okay, let's see the game from the beginning. Knight f3. I think he wanted to play the Rui Lopez opening, but then he changed his mind and he's playing this. Puts his bishop on Fianchet on g2 and then castle. At this point, a lot of times the players are playing d3. Yeah, d3 is a theoretical move. Knight to c6, and now e4 is striking on the center. Pieces are getting traded, the queens are getting traded. He's putting pressure on the knight on f3. And now c3 played by Naderbek Yakuboyev. He's stopping this. Knight jumps. In the future, he can develop his knight from this a3 square, get this bishop from e3 square, knight to f6, and now knight to d2. Okay, another idea, castle, and then rook to e1. Getting out of the rook threat, he just don't want to trade the rooks. Knight goes back, attack to the bishop, bishop goes back, and at this point I think we can move our knight and open up some line to develop our dark square bishop. I mean, where we're going. We can even attack from this way. No, yeah, we are moving knight to c4. It's like a humanable move. Like human plays this kind of moves. We're putting pressure on this pawn somewhere. We have 2 times attack. We can develop our bishop from e3. Put our rook to d1 somewhere. Yeah, all the better options. Okay, after it's at this point, we just stopped. He's attacking to our knight. Now bishop to f1. Defending our knight. That's great. We are defending our knight. Pawn to f6. He's also defending his pawn. Artem Straybuk is also improving his position at this point. Great games from both players. Okay, I can switch on this sound because it's like not interesting without sounds. Bishop to e3, as I told you. Now we are going to develop our rook on d1. Maybe we can trade our pair of rooks, and then we can play this endgame. Great. Naderbek Yakuboyev's game is also going well. Here we have Muhammad Zahodzyarov's game. After first day, he had not a good condition. Today we are playing with black pieces against Yusuf Al-Hassadi from where? From Libya. Okay, e4, e5, then d6. That's like almost French defense on the board. Okay, both players are now the theory better. The players are just having a fast moves. Now he puts his bishop to this f8 to defend his pawn on g7. Now his opponent plays pawn to h3, stopping this kind of threats in the future. Now he puts his knight on c5, and his opponent puts his bishop to this f4 square, always controlling this black line. Maybe he puts his bishop to this h2 square in the future. Knight to d7 and other maneuvers. Yes, bishop to g3, as I told you. He retreats his bishop back, and his idea is just pushing these pawns on the king side. Knight goes there. First of all, Yusuf Al-Hassadi is just protecting his pawns. Now the pawns are just chained to each other. Queen to c7 played, and now this pawn is pinned. Queen d2. The players are just improving their position. Now king is on h2 square, and now Muhammad Zahodzyarov played g6. He wanted to put his bishop on g7 and put pressure on these knights. Nice idea, but our pawn is always under attack, so we gotta be careful. And the reason why bishop g7 is a strong move, whenever he moves his pawn, we capture and we have a bishop, rook, and a queen protecting it against 2 defender. That's a nice idea. Bishop g7 is coming at this point. Well, Muhuddin, the position is slightly better for black, but this is not the end of the world. And now we go back to our Naderbek Abdusattarov's board. What's going on here? Where we stopped? At this point, Naderbek played h3, kicking out the bishop. Bishop takes knight, queen takes, and then knight bd7, castle, rook e8, rook b1, a4, rook c1, knight to Look at this. Knight f8, always defending this square because the bishop is so powerful. This knight maybe goes to g6 even. Great option. No, again, he goes back to e6. And now, knight on a4, always threatening to go to one of the squares. The reason why your knight will be here. Because our knight on this c5 square will be so powerful. The reason why he goes knight back. Norderbeek goes to the attack. h4. Let's go to attack. Queen to d8. Now g3. g6. Rook on c2. We want to double up our rooks. This is our idea. King goes there, first pushing the pawn, and now knight to c3. After knight to c3, our opponent is thinking, what is the idea of knight to c3? If you play queen to e7, I wanted to play b4. Takes, and now you can't attack to my knight. We wanted to play b4. The reason why we just first take our knight back, takes, and we're pushing. Okay, we are back. Let me listen. This is there anything? Is there anything? 1 second. No, nothing serious is going on. Okay, we are back. Yeah, nothing serious is going on. Let me check out this. After this move, he played king to g7. We played a3. Now he pushes the pawn. Now knight to c3. For knight c3, he played queen to d6. Bishop to f1. We wanted to maneuver our bishop from this way. Okay, we have this idea. At this point, the better move for our opponent is a4 because we want to move our pawn to b4. The reason why I stop this and play a4. a4 is a better move. And also, rook e7 is also a good option to double up the rooks on this file. Knight g4 is an active move, one of the active moves on this position, like putting your knight on this active square. Your opponent is defending your knight, will be like defending a lot of squares and gaining a lot of space from your opponent's side. That's a good move. Now our opponent is thinking. Okay, well. What's going on in other boards? Let's go to the scene of Jawahir's board. We're playing with the black. Jawahir's playing well with the black pieces. We all know this. Okay, after cancelling, we just stopped at this point. After queen g4, we played knight to c6, putting pressure on the knight. Now d6 to attack to the knight. We kicked out the knight, and now we are defending our pawn on d6 by playing queen c7. Bishop goes back. Now rook d8. We are also slowly improving our position. This knight is putting pressure on this pawn and a queen in one time. Now queen b8. After queen b8, Maxim Matlakov is thinking. Okay, Maxim Matlakov is thinking at this point. Jawahir is playing well with the black pieces. He got 11 minutes. He just spent 4 minutes for this 19 moves. Look at the pawn structure. The pawns are looking great. But our pieces are on the back side. White's pieces are more active than our pieces. We gotta defend our position correctly and everything will be alright. That's not a problem. We can develop our pieces. No need to worry about from this. And I like the pawn structure. Our bishops, our knights are ready to attack, but our opponent's pieces are... I think I like his location of the pieces. I mean, the queen on this g4, the bishop on this f4, and the knight is on f3. I like the squares. I like this knights. I like this placement. Let's go another big... Oh, Muhuddin has a winning position against Alexander Bortnik. It's +1. It's +1 and this is endgame. I told you this is endgame. Everything can happen at the endgame. Mukhoddan has 6 minutes and his opponent Alexander Bortnik has 11.5 minutes at this point. And thinking at this point, Mukhoddan played rook to c8 and this is better move at this position. And now somewhere we are putting pressure on this pawn because in the next moves we can attack to the bishop. Bishop has to go back. Like this kind of things are on there. Amazing. Mukhoddan is playing with 99% accuracy. 99. Alexander Bortnik is playing with 95% accuracy. Mukhoddan is just playing in beast mode. He's having all the great moves. 99.3. Can you imagine? 99.3 accuracy. Bishop to d4 played by Alexander Bortnik. And now knight to d5. Amazing. Great. We're putting pressure on the pawn. Another great move. 1 by 1. And now rook e6. You have to take the pawn and attack to this pawn on e7. But this knight is defending. If you take this pawn and the rook, it is telling us that you gotta play this move. Just defend your pawn somewhere. Alexander Bortnik captured this. And now I think Mukhoddan is gonna play this move. Rook c8. Rook c8. He plays this and then for bishop e5, what we do? For bishop e5, we can play rook d7. That's perfect. How about if you... Oh, he can't do this. I'm sorry. Okay, at this point, another great move by Mukhoddan Madaminov, and now Alexander Bortnik is thinking. Great, I think. This endgame is tricky. If Mukhoddan finds a way, he's gonna win this endgame. Okay, let's go to the other boards. What's going on in other boards? Still, this game is not going on. I think there's some lags or there's no board views. Okay, we can go to the first board again. Nodarbek Absattorov versus Daniel Dartha. Rook a5. Played by Daniel Dartha at this point. And Nodarbek Absattorov is thinking after bishop to f1. I told you he wanted to maneuver his bishop from h3 and putting pressure. And now Daniel Dartha played rook a5. It's like a tricky position. Nodarbek has 7 minutes. Daniel Dartha has 8.5 minutes in his clock. And now Nodarbek is thinking. Okay, I think I like the design. Everything is perfect. What do you say? Do you like my backstage phone? No, we don't have to do this. Okay, everything is just perfect. What's going on? What just happened? Nodarbek played rook to d2. Knight to c7 played by Daniel Dartha. He wanted to maneuver his knight also. And now bishop to f1 again. Go bishop back because knight wanted to jump in this b5 square. Because if you're gonna play another some kind of moves, he's gonna jump knight to b5. The reason why. Bishop f1. Nodarbek, let's go. We shall stop this knight jump. We shall stop this knight jump. Yes. Nodarbek played bishop to f1. He knows this better. How about knight e4 at this point? Knight goes to e4, attacks to the rook, attacks to the knight. That's also another option. And then we have to play rook c2. When we take with the rook. Okay, what's going on in other boards? Mukhoddan. After playing rook to c7, Alexander Bortnik is thinking. Because he knows that he doesn't like his position. He can't take the pawn. He can play bishop to e5. Then rook d7 is coming. And then the pawn is always under attack. So you gotta be careful. You're gonna blunder your pawn or... Great. Alexander Bortnik had a lot of time. But now times are getting equal. Times are getting almost equal now. Okay. We can go to Jawhar in our sport at this point. Just the one person. The Huruf Jain, how are you? How many Uzbekistan players are playing? I think more than 10 players. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 man players. And another 8. I think it's almost 20. Almost 20. Almost 20. With women and with man. Almost 20. What's going on? At this point, I told you, if the position will get opened, bishop to h6 and now bishop to f6. Bishops are getting traded at this point. Pawn takes, then bishop to e6, and then g6 played by Maxim Matlakov. Maxim has 4 minutes, Jawhar has 8.5 minutes. Now h6 is better option. h6. How about if he takes? Rook takes f7. Now our position is just solid. The pawns are just chained to each other. H and G pawns are placed well. Now our rooks, we can just double up the rooks and put pressure on this king side. Jawhar, let's go. Play h6. Even f6, but he takes, then we have to take, or we have to play king h8. The reason why I think h6 is a better option at this point. What do you say, the Huruf Jain? What's your opinion about this tournament? I've seen Gukesh Damaraju's games yesterday. He just scored 4 wins and 1 draw. And I made a video about from his video also. I mean from his game also today. I think Sindarov or Noderbek will be winning the tournament. But the Magnus is also going in a beast mode. Maxim Vashilagraf is going well, and also Alexander Grishuk, the 3-time Blitz champion, is also playing here. Yanni Pomnishi is also going in a beast mode. Arjun Ergaisi, he got scored 4 wins and 1 draw again. He played with Magnus Carlsen. He had a draw with Magnus, and he just won all the 4 games. Magnus also won 4 games, and both players are have 4.5 points at the first place. Maxime. Yeah, h6 played by Jawhar Sindarov. Yeah, Sindarov is a good, in his good form right now. Have you ever met Sindarov? I think you're joking, right? Because I went to India for FIDE World Cup, and I've been with Sindarov there. He just won the tournament, and I come back to my home with him at the flight, at the car, at the hotel, at the tournament. We have been together. He takes this, and now Rook takes f7. Great, Jawhar. We have to put pressure on his time. Maxim Matlakov has 3.5 minutes. We have 7. We have almost 8 minutes. Great. Rooks are getting doubled and attacking. Knight to h4 played by Maxim Matlakov. And now, what we do? We should also... Engine is telling us that knight c2 is better option. You should maneuver your knight either from this way and attack to the light square bishop. And also rook f6 is better option. It is telling us that because knight to g6 somewhere is coming. The reason why not rook f6. Knight d4 is also there. Knight d4. Knight takes, then pawn takes, or this pawn takes. Knight c2, idea is also like this. You should go to knight d4 in the next move and trade up the pieces. Yes, knight c2. What a great performance from Jawhar Sindarov. Knight c2. You should put your knight on d4 and trade your knights and put pressure on the light square bishop. Good idea. I tried meeting him after winning, but unfortunately I can't. But I met players like Arjun Wei and some more great players. Also, Dina, have you been in FIDE World Cup in Goa? I was there at the final days. I was there. I was like living at the hotel. I was being at the tournament whole day, like meeting with all the great players like we. Noderbek Yakubayev, Jawhar Sindarov was there. Okay, after knight to c2, Maxim Matlakov is thinking, okay, what's going on in other boards? Noderbek Absatarov has 4 minutes on his clock. Mukhoddan Madaminov. I think this board is just frozen. Or just Alexander Bortnik is thinking so much. I think Bortnik is not thinking that much. Let me just reload the board. But this chess.com is telling us that Alexander Bortnik is thinking. I think he's going to play bishop e5, knight b7. And he continue play this bishop d4 somewhere again. Puts his bishop back. I think Bortnik continue playing like this. He's not thinking that much. It is telling us that he got just 2 minutes. But no. Yeah, I was there, but I didn't meet you or even seen you. I don't know. I don't know, but I was everywhere. Have you seen the video? I was shaking my hands with my country flag and just running, going, and crying when I saw Jawahar won the tournament. I think these videos get viral on social media. After this, okay, Bortnik is thinking. I think the board is frozen, so let's open the Jawahar Sindar sport. His opponent has 2 minutes. Oh, Maxim Matlakov had a mistake. I told ya. Maxim Matlakov had a mistake after this. And at this point, what is better option? We should take this pawn. E takes f4. E takes f4, rook takes f4, and then d5. Oh. If you take this, queen takes queen. You can't do this. I think Jawahar saw this. Jawahar sees this kind of moves in just less than a second. Like take here. Take. If you take, I take the queen. He just calculates this moves in just less than a second. So I think he saw it, but now he's just counting the moves. Where can I see your video? Or Go? Okay, I will give you the link. Because I met with chess-based India workers and I've met a good relationship. I have a good relationship with them. I'll give you this now. 1 second. I'll send the link. This is the link. Were you staying in the same hotel? Not the same hotel. I was staying like, it was like 1 kilometer away from this tournament hall. It's like near to the Maharashtra Ocean Sea. I think it was like Maharashtra Aquarium. Maharashtra Aquarium. Near to the Maharashtra Aquarium. I've stayed. The placard, the text written that this is the best and bigger aquarium in the Maharashtra. I was near there. And this is the video. You can watch the video. At this point, Jawahar Sindar is counting. Oh, he played knight d4. He goes for the same idea, but taking this with the better option. Now bishop to h5. And now rook f4 is the better option. And now rook takes f4. We shall trade up the pieces. We were that close. His capturing was better, but we are still putting pressure on his time. Rook f4. Either at this point also we can capture this pawn, but not that good. Okay, what's going on? In Muhuddin Madaminov has a winning position. Look at that. Bortnik spent a lot of time. Now we're capturing takes, and now takes, and this is end game, and this is +5. I think Bortnik resigns. We have 2 points to stop this 2 points, and this king will be go, and take one of these points and pushes his pawn. If this king stops this pawn, we go to take this points and push our another points. This is winning, guys. Muhuddin Madaminov is winning the game against Alexander Bortnik. Amazing. And how about other boards? Oh, Muhammad Zahid Suyarov won the game, guys. Congratulations to Muhammad Zahid. First win of the day. Muhammad Zahid Suyarov won the game. Great. What just happened? Okay, after other games, we are going to review all the games from scratch right now. Other games are also going on the time pressure. The reason why, let's open up this game. Nolderbek Absatorov is playing with Daniel Darthard. The game is going for a draw, but Black's position is slightly better because of this a4. And because of this a4 pawn, yeah. Because this a4 pawn in this white side, the reason why Indian is telling us that this is slightly better for him. After this move, Daniel Darthard is thinking. What he can do, he can play queen b3, put pressure on the bishop. He can take the c5 queen. He can play queen to d8 also. 3 options he has. Okay, he's thinking right now. Mukhoddan is winning. Mukhoddan is winning, guys. This is over. I told ya. He goes, if king goes to g2, this, I'll be on time. This, I'll take. If you take, I'll go. If you take, I'll go. This. First, it's just this, I think, enough. If you go there, I'll take this. If you take this, I'll push. And just, yeah. This is over, guys. This is over. I showed you how to win this. Let's open this board. Jawhar Sandarov is playing with Maxim Matlakov. He got 1 minute. We got 4 minutes right now. Yeah, see, that was cool. Thank you. Okay, King H1. He played King H1. Now what we do? Rook F8. Attack to the queen. Engine is advising us to play Rook F8. We are under time pressure. Jahangir Wahidov is losing. Oh my goodness, I told you our pieces are there. Our pieces are not developed that much. And now after Queen D8, Jahangir Wahidov has 14 seconds in his clock. And Timur Rajabov has 10 minutes. Whoa! Inaccuracy. Rook E6. Okay, everything can happen at the end game, so let me open this game. What's going on in another big Saptarov's game? I think queens get traded. Daniel Darthai versus another big Saptarov. Queens get traded. Now knights, the rook C2, rook A5 again coming. Rooks are getting doubled, and now pawn to F5. We are kicking out the knight, and then king to F2. Now I think we can hope. We have a hope. We can fight until the end. Nobody can tell now what happens. Another big is just beast at the end game, so this will be cool. Mukhoddan won, guys. Alexander Bortnik resigns. I told ya. After this move, look at this. After this move, you go here, and I go here at this, and I just defend my pawn. You go here, I take it. If you take, I just push my pawn and get a queen and just win the game. Mukhoddan Madaminov, congratulations! Beating Alexander Bortnik on the board. Amazing. Let's go. Maxim Matlakov versus Jawhar Sandarov right now. Sandarov's game is going right now. It's like almost a draw position, but it's all about a time. Jawhar has 2.5 minutes. His opponent has Maxim Matlakov has 1 minute and 11 seconds. Queen G3. He played Rook F8 and then Queen G3. And now what we can do? I think just Bishop to F7, offering a Bishop trade, because I don't like this Bishop on this H5 square. Bishop F8 looks good option. Maybe Knight takes B5, trading the knights and winning the pawn. But our queen will get off from the king side. This is not that good. Okay, Rook F6. Rook F6, and now this is draw. But you have to prove that this is a draw. You have less than a minute. Maxim Matlakov is under time pressure. And now, what's going on in another big Saptarov's game? We have doubled rooks. Bishop to D3, putting pressure. Okay. This is complicated. This is complicated, guys. I can tell you this is complicated. Bishop on D3. Knight versus bishop. And this structure is just closed. The position is just closed. Look at the points. They are just closing the position. So I think the game's going for a draw. Man, I just wanted to ask a question. A few months back, you used to play with subscribers, and after that, something like happened to your account and you didn't even stream. Can you tell me the reason? Because I work for Uzchess, and they told me that I have to do another work. They gave me another responsibilities, so I stopped doing live streams. And when it goes to my account, I was playing in a tournament. I was playing in some tournament, and a lot of players, it was just what I can tell you. If I win, if I will be in top 20 in the tournament, I will go to the next round and I will play on-board tournament. I'll get a ticket on playing an on-board tournament. And the players started cheating against me. I played with 3 cheaters. I played with 1 by 1 with 3 cheaters. And I got so nervous. And their rating is like 900, 1500, but they're playing like 25 and 2700 elo players. I get nervous. I just told myself, I will use engine. I will beat you. I don't care about the ticket. I want to just destroy your game. I gave a word to myself and I use it engine and my profile just get banned. Because I was so nervous after that. Because I played with 3 cheaters. The players started cheating on the tournament. And I got nervous and it get me nervous. And I just used the engine and got padded also. Oh, and I created new profile. That's not a big stuff or big deal. It's all about nervous. Okay, at this point after bishop to d3, Daniel Darthai is thinking he's getting a running. I mean, he's going running out of time. Jawhar Sindaro's game is here, but oh my goodness, the position is just opened. Jawhar is playing with the white, black pieces, and this is key. I mean, this is check here, check. That's a draw, guys. That's a draw. That's a draw, yeah. You can't do nothing. For this check, you can go there, but then the position is not that good. I think the queen can give a lot of checks, so the position will be draw. Look at that. At this point, this is great move in the position. And this game is going for a draw. King h7, queen c2, king g8, again check, queen c8, check again. So again, kings. If you play this move, this is better for white. The reason why this is draw. Yes, Jawhar's game will be draw, guys, by reputation. Was your opponent profile got deleted, but why did you use engine? That was too risky with your account. I don't care. At that point, my nerves were just tired. The reason why I was not caring about my profile. Yeah, 2 guy just banned it from chess.com, and I've played with that 2 guy. The 2 of them had just banned it from chess.com, but in others just didn't ban it because their brothers have played in their profiles. Oh, wait a second, guys. Jawhar Sindarov did a brilliant move at this point after knight takes d4, takes, rook takes, and now bishop to g4. Oh, that's amazing. He sacrifices the bishop, but opponent finds reputation, and this game is going for a draw. Yeah, Sindarov Jawhar had a draw. Nodirbek Absattorov had a draw because the position is just closed, so the players ended the game in a draw. Jahangir Wahidov unfortunately lost the game against Taimur Rajabov. Okay, his position was not that good, and he resigns, and he was playing under time pressure. And this game, Humayun Bekmuradov is playing against Jose Carlos Ibarra Jerez. Both players are under time pressure. Everything can happen. Right now, this position is going for a draw, but we'll see what happens. Did you get this spot in top 20? No, I didn't get it because I just banned it before tournament get over. Okay, 2 games. We have 2 games. Nodirbek Yakuboyev is playing with Artyom Straybuk. Yes, and Artyom is winning right now. International master from FIDE. But this is endgame. Everything can happen. We have knight versus a rook, but we have 2 extra points. But the black's rooks are better. The reason why engine is telling us that this is like slightly better for black. But we'll see what happens. Now trading, and now this is going for a draw. I told you, this is tricky. Even we have a lot of pawns. Nobody can tell what happens. Nobody can tell what happens. Okay. Nodirbek Yakubai will fight until the end. But he's gonna lose one of his pawns after... Okay, knight d6 played. If you blunder and play king c7 and attack to the knight, you are gonna get forked and lose the game. My chess crashed, Divya Deshmukh. By the way, who's your favorite chess player except Uzbekistan players? Magnus Carlsen. Not gonna lie, I like watching his games. And also, Hikaru Nakamura. I like watching his Blitz games on Kick platform. I like his live streams. Okay, knight endgames are tricky. It's getting slightly better for white. G4 played. Okay, this game will continue. This game will continue, guys. Nothing just over. Artyom is thinking. He has 30 seconds on his clock. He is thinking. Oh, the moves are going in a light speed. G5, G6 played by Nodirbek Yakuboyev, and now G7 is coming. Even the knight is defending this. Oh my goodness. Wow. The rook is just cutting our king, but we are fighting. Humayun Bekmuradov is also fighting here. He's playing with the white pieces. He got a knight. No, this is going for a draw, I think. He will trade one of the pieces, but we have an extra pawn. We have a hope. Humayun is also fighting. Humayun is also fighting. Takes, but takes, and oh, this is anyway. This is trickier, right? Like takes, king goes here. You have to move, and then I go here. King G1, King F2. Check, King E2, here, King E3. What is this? He goes there, King F3, another miss, and then G7, and this is +5. But time, 1 minute will be enough. B5, B5, you gotta move your king, and I will go to King to F4. Oh my goodness. We are gonna go King F4. We are gonna go to King G5. Wow, King F4. This maybe, then this is fork. You can't do this. And now I am going and I'm promoting. Oh my goodness, guys. Yakuboyev Nodirbek is winning. He is winning. Just the one mistake makes everything. Oh my goodness, just the one mistake. And now he went there. What we do? E5 check, E5 check. Let's go. Nodirbek E5 check. E5, King F7, and then we are going anyway. E5 check. Let's go maybe King E4 then. Just stop the rook. Because the rook is coming. King E4 check. He goes and then King E4. We should stop this rook. Rook is going now. Rook is attacking to our pawns. Because Rook D5 is coming. King E4. Just King E4 first of all. And then we are going to continue. King E4. Yeah, King G5 is also winning for us. But King E4 is better. To stop this rook. King E4. Let's go. Now King G5. Okay, it's also winning for us. But King E4 was better. Because we are giving check in the next move. If Rook D5, we are giving check. Rook D5 is a mistake. Everybody knows this. Check is coming at this point. The king is going. Knight to H6. Let's go. Just an over. Knight to H6. We are stopping this king from going to this square. Knight H6. Just promoting to a queen. This knight will be defending this pawn. And this king will go take. And we'll promote to a queen. Knight H6. Yeah. Over. Just over. Nodirbek Yakuboyev wins the game, guys. Amazing, great game. Our opponent can resign at this point. Here we go. Here we go. This game is just an over. This game is just an over. Yes, our opponent resigns. Let's go, Nodirbek. He was in losing position. Position was just -3. And he survives from the position. Knight end games and pawns. 2 pawns and knight. Versus the rook. He fights until the end and he wins the game. Great stuff from Nodirbek Yakuboyev. Amazing finish. Congratulations. Because if you take this, I promote to a queen. No, wait. I'm joking. What am I saying? First knight F7 check and this is fork. Yeah. You can't take this. I'm so excited. Okay. Thank you guys. And let me see. Humayun Bekmuradov had a draw. Okay, Humayun Bekmuradov had a draw with Jose Carlos Iberra because one knight versus king. One knight can checkmate. So the game over in a draw. And now I can tell you all the results. Jawahir Sindarov had a draw. Nodirbek Absatarov had a draw. Muhuddin Madaminov won the game against Alexander Bortnik. Jahangir Wahidov has lost against the game with Timur Rajabov. Humayun Bekmuradov had a draw. This game is just frozen. I don't know the results right now. And Nodirbek Yakuboyev, what a comeback. He just survived from the losing position and he leads this pawn to the victory and now this is a win. Great stuff. One from a losing position. Yes. Look at the position. Blunder, and this is -2. And this is -2 plus 2. Look at the evaluation bar. But knight end games are just tricky. He misses at this point in the game, and this game went to a draw. And now, look at the pawn. Just the one mistake makes everything. After knight h6, he resigns. Good game. Is Magnus playing now? Can you show his game? And Gukesh, yeah, I can show you this. Let's go. Magnus Carlsen had a draw with Maxime Washalagraf. They've played. This is the game. This game just at 2 points versus 3 points in the rook end game. This is tricky and this is goes for a draw. So both players, they ended games in a draw. Arjun Aragaisi lost the game against Vladislav Artemiev. Vladislav won the game. He got an Arjun got an extra piece. No, at this point, Arjun Aragaisi resigns. Vladislav Artemiev won the game because he got an extra piece. Arjun is playing with the white pieces, and he lost the game. Anish Giri versus Gukesh Damarajo. The game ended in a draw. The game ended in a draw. And board number, look at this. Board number 1, draw. Board number 2, Vladislav won Arjun Aragaisi. Board number 3, Anish versus Gukesh, draw. Board number 4, Jawahar versus Maxim Matlakov, draw. Board number 5, Yu Yangi versus Chanda Sandipan, draw. Board number 6, Nihal versus Shant Sargsyan. The game is going for a draw. All top 6 games, all top 6 boards, the game's going for a draw. Amazing, amazing. Yeah. 2 pawns, he has an extra pawn, but a rook and pawn in games, they are tricky, but yeah, Nihan is blitz player, so but Shant Sargsyan is also a good blitz player, so they're blitzing the moves right now, but this game is also going for a draw, I think. And with that, the first round of the day 2 has just been over, and this is the second round of the tournament, and this is first round of today's game. This was round number 6, and after round number 6, I wanted to tell you the results. Vladislav Artemiev is at the first place with 5.5 points. Magnus at the second, Maxim Washalagraf at the third, and Gukesh and other players are also at the second place. Third place starts with Anish, Jawahar, Yu Yangi, and others. How many rounds will be there? 13 rounds. Today they are gonna play 4 rounds, and tomorrow another 4 rounds, and with that, rapid stage will over. Yesterday they have played 5 games, and today they are gonna play 4 games. Overall, they are gonna play 13 rapid games with each other. And now let me check out the other live stream statistics. What's going on in Uzchess main channel? This is Uzchess Global. We are streaming in English here. Let's check out the Uzchess. How many people are watching there? 1,000 people are watching here. Fabiano Caruana is playing here. Let me see this. Where is Fabiano Caruana is playing with Adam Kazak. Okay, Fabiano is playing with the black pieces. He got 2 points. It's like tricky endgame again, like Nihal's game. Five people in our live stream. Great, guys. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to click likes and subscribe to our channel, by the way. How many likes in our live stream? Let me check out this. Don't forget to press like buttons also. And if you're interested, you can watch my review videos. Chess Noob Trine, welcome to the live stream. How are you? 6 people are here in this first like from me. I pressed the like button. Okay, let me check out the women's section now. Okay, these games are going for a draw anyway. The draw-in games. How about our women chess players? Afroza Hamdamov had a draw with Tarkan Mamedjarwa. The same game ended in a draw. Mido Manuel lost to Chukia Wang from China. Okay, Gulruh Begim Tokhorjanova won the game against Asel Serikbay from Kazakhstan. Great. Guldona Karimov had a draw with Irina Bulmaga from Belgium, Romania. Okay. Veronika Ludina versus Madina Banu Khalilova. Madina Banu won the game. Great. Women candidate master wins against women FIDE master. Nilufar Yakubayeva won the game against Tanya Miranda from Italy, I think. Mexico. She wins against this Tanya Miranda. Great, great. Girls today. 1 win, 2 win. 2 wins. 1. 2 wins. 2 loss. 2 win, 2 loss, and 2 draws. Okay. Just 2 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses. From women's section to our country mates. How are you? I'm good. I'm doing great. How about you? Divya Deshmukh game. Divya Deshmukh. Let me open this. I have to search India. I think Divya is playing on the top board, so it is not hard to find her. Divya won the game. Divya versus Savita Shribba. Divya Deshmukh won the game. Grandmaster versus International Master. E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight F3, then D6. The French game. The French game went on the board. Their players are trading the bishops. Look at the maneuvers. The players are maneuvering their knights. Prophylactical move, king to H8, getting out of this bishop's attack. Takes, offering a bishop trade, taking the bishop. Oh my goodness, look at this. Divya Deshmukh has placed his pieces here, and then he brings another rook. The pieces are attacking on the key side. Look at these 2 knights, they're just not doing nothing. Brilliant. Even Divya Deshmukh did a brilliant move. Takes the rook, takes the knight, and now at this point her opponent resigns because material advantage on Divya Deshmukh's side. And now our pawns, Divya Deshmukh's pawns are so powerful, so her opponent resigns. In this way, Divya Deshmukh won her game. Which opening is the best for white, black, like aggressive? Aggressive opening, a lot of players are telling me that. Sicilian defense. Sicilian defense and also Queen's Gambit. If you want to win the game. Queen's Gambit, Sicilian defense. And for black, it's just defense. French defense is famous. And which? King's Indian is famous. French and King's Indian, I think. French defense and King's Indian. Aggressive opening and defenses from both pieces. We can go to the men's section. And these games will start after 20 minutes, I think. So the players will take a rest, 20 minutes. This game is going on. Fabiana Caruana versus Adam Kazak. The game ended in a draw. Fabiana wanted to win, but draw is a draw. I can open this game and I can take a little break. Karukan is not that aggressive opening. A lot of players are telling us that. If you want to have a draw, you can play the Karukan defense. Karukan, not aggressive. If you want to draw, you can play Karukan defense. But Karukan has a lot of variations, so you should know about it. Because you're giving the center to your opponent, you're giving the development advantage to your opponent, and you will start developing your pieces slowly, not that fast. Your opponent develops his pieces fast, castles, but you're like slowly playing e6, c6, d5, and your knights from d7. It's just a bit slow. What about Alien Gambit of Brilliance? No, if you're playing the classical game, Alien Gambit will get defeated. Don't play Alien Gambit against your top rated player because in classical games, Alien Gambit is just nothing. But in Blitz games, in bullet games, yes, the Alien Gambit is top. If your opponent didn't prepare it well for Alien Gambit, you're gonna win the games. Because Alien Gambit, you sack the knight on f7, and your king will be, and your opponent's king will be on the f7 square on the open file, and he can't hide because if you go there, his rook will be on there. He can't move his rook, so it will be easy to play with you. I mean, with white pieces, but it's gonna be difficult to play with black pieces. The reason why a lot of people can't defend and just loses the games against Alien Gambit. Sicilian defense. Sicilian is the best. Yeah, I like the Sicilian defense, but I didn't learn it yet. In this tournament also, almost like 50% of the games, the players are playing the Sicilian defense. And another 10%, they're playing the Italian. Another 5%, they're playing the Spanish game. And another 2%, Magnus, Kukesh, they're playing like their knights here, their pawns here, they're feeding cat and castling, feeding cat and castling. Almost they are doing the same openings. Like knight here, this. They're starting the game with this opening. And what about this opening name? Queen's pawn opening pseudo Catalan. This is Catalan. They are playing Catalan. King's Indian attack. And then they are going to the Catalan. Like personally, what is your favorite gambit opening? I play the Queen's Gambit as white pieces, and I play the Caro-Kann defense at black pieces. I like Caro-Kann defense. Because I play a lot of games at Caro-Kann defense. I know it's like not aggressive opening, but I like to play at Caro-Kann. Caro-Kann is Caro-Kann anyway. And I know how to defend against Alien Gambit. I've played more than 1,000 games against Alien Gambit, and I know how to defend this. And now I should change one thing, right? So this, interact, and just delete this one. Go this, interact, and just delete this one. Go interact, and just delete this one. And now everything is perfect. Okay. Seven likes on the stream. Thank you. That's more than enough. What about Alien Gambit of Brilliant? Alien Gambit. That's good opening. That's good opening. Alien is good opening. And how about how many views on this live stream? 43 views. Okay. That's good. Not bad at least. It's been 1 hour and 10 minutes. And now I will take a little rest until the next round will start. And when the next round will start, I will meet you guys. The reason why, until that, I'll say bye. 1 second, remove this. Put this here. And then I need the photo. Oops. Group selected items and copy. Go here. Delete them. Put them here. And then I need this. Qatar stream. Put this here. Make this smaller. Okay. What's your age? You look young. I'm 22 years old. My gambit, my legacy. Witty alien supremacy. My gambit, my legacy. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, guys, I'll be here. I will see you when the next round will start, okay? In just 15 to 20 minutes. Redress, River Borma. Here, guys. I am back, guys, and now we have the pairings already. So let me give you the pairings. Oh, the games are already started. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a bit late. Joe Horsenarf is playing against Cristobal Henriques. Here we go. Vladislav Artemiev is playing with Magnus Carlsen today. And let me change the boards also. 1 second. Why this? Thanks are just a bit small. Okay. I'll change other boards also. Just less than a second. Let's go here. The board says you started. Hodin is playing with Rauf Mamedyarov. That's impressive. Great. And here, other board. Okay, another big. Yakubayev is playing with We Engine. I mean, P. Inian. It's we pronounce brother or someone. Okay. Let's go another board. Who's here now? We should put Shamsuddin Wahidov, Jahangir Wahidov. Let's put Shamsuddin Wahidov's game this time. There we go. And now we have Jawahar Sinarov's game at this point with us. Everything is working perfectly. Fade, everything is working, yeah. And let me open the live stream chat. The games I just started. Jawahar started the game with e4, e5, then d3, knight to c6, knight to f3, bishop to c5. Engine is telling us that this is mystic, but Jawahar has his own preparations, and this is miss. The opening. Bishops are getting traded, and now knight to g6. He has doubled pawns here, but he can play this, and then take the control of the center. I like the white setup at this point. Cristobal Henriques is playing well. I know that Jawahar has also his own ideas here. His pawn structure is amazing right now. e5, d6, c7, and then b7 pawns are just placed amazing. In the next moves, we will think about developing our light square bishop, maybe b6, like this will be a beautiful pawn chain here. And we're developing our light square bishop from somewhere like e6. Great. And let's see another big Absataro's game. Andrew Shong. He's playing with Andrew Shong. Andrew Z. Shong. From United States of America. But his name sounds like Chinese. Nalderbek is playing with the black pieces game. Start with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5. Rui Lopez opening on the board, guys. Who asked to play Rui Lopez? The Rui Lopez opening, all the just beginning moves, theoretical moves. So at this point, Andrew Shong played knight to d2. And at this point, Nalderbek Absatar is thinking rook e8. Great move in this position just played. It's also, I believe in that, this is also theoretical moves. Both players know this theory just by heart. How many people? 4 viewers are here. They're watching right now. If you take this, I want to take with my knight, knight takes, pawn takes, so equal exchanges. If the queens are gonna get traded, this game is going for a draw. Right now, both players have 14 minutes. Games are just started, and at this point, Andrew Shong is thinking, so we can take an advantage from this moment and take a look at other games. Rook e1 played. Let's go. Muhuddin Madaminov. They're already playing the end game. e4, c5. The Sicilian defense on the board. Today, Muhuddin prepared another variation of the Sicilian defense. The queens are gonna get traded, the knights, and Muhuddin takes the pawn on d4 in the center of the board. Rook takes pawn. King to e2. Pawn to e6 played at this point. Muhuddin is playing complete endgame with everyone. At the previous game also, Muhuddin played with Alexander Bortnik, and now he's playing with Rauf Mamedov, another top grandmaster from Azerbaijan. At this point, the better move is just d takes, e6 check, then pawn takes, then I don't know, maybe like we are playing king d3 to attack the rook. I think that's not bad, but this game is going for a draw right now, equal end game. The pawns are going to get traded, and now king d3 is better option. First, we are centralizing our king, and in one time, we are attacking to the rook. That's good option, I think. Well. Nodrbek is playing here. Let's watch this game. He put his another rook on b8. His opponent is also thinking at this point. Okay, at this point, Nodrbek Abdusattarov is thinking. Pawn takes e5. Pawn takes e5. No worries. Okay, let's take a look at Nodrbek Yakubayev's game engine. Is telling us that this is slightly better for black already, and he's playing with P. Inian from India, another grandmaster. The games are started with d4, knight f6, c4, and e6. I thought this is Nimzowicz, but at this point it is like Indian game. I play these variants in my games like a lot of times. At this point, queen d2 played by P. Inian, and this is a great move in this position. They're just playing the opening right now. It's been just 10 moves, I think. Yeah, this is move number 10. At this point, we can just develop our knight. That's not like if we move the knight, if he takes, we take the bishop and attack to the queen. First of all, the reason why you can't take this one, the grandman, this is 2600 elo game, so we don't expect this from him. But knight c6 is a tricky move, and it's also we are developing our knight. In the next move, we are hoping to castle on the king side. Great. Let's go to the next games. Humayun Bekmuradov is playing with Andrei Walakitin, another famous chess player from Ukraine. Andrei Walakitin. Humayun Bekmuradov is playing with the black pieces, and I like his setup. He got two bishops and knight. Players just castled at this point, and now they will start the attack from the queen side by pushing his b and c pawns on the queen's file. And now Humayun Bekmuradov is giving pressure on this e4 pawn with his light square bishop and the knight. And the next moves maybe like rook e8, putting this rook on this e file, and maneuvering with knight, moving his bishop. Ideas are on there. Shamsuddin Wahidov, another grandmaster from Uzbekistan, is also playing with white pieces against Robert Pilaposyan. I think we will pronounce this Pilaposyan. Pilaposyan or Robert, and we can call it Robert. From Armenia? Yes, from Armenia. Robert played g5, and now Shamsuddin Wahidov is thinking. Shamsuddin is a very good player. He's good at theoretical moves. He's good at theory. A lot of chess players from Uzbekistan admit that Shamsuddin Wahidov is greater at theory. When it comes to the theory, when you wanted to play theory with him, he's just a beast. And he's playing another international master from Armenia right now, and they're playing another like e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, now bishop b5, Rui Lopez opening. Shamsuddin is playing another Rui Lopez theory right now. His opponent spent a lot of time, but he's also showing us that he also prepared for this line of the Spanish game. After g5, Shamsuddin Wahidov is thinking, okay, we can take an advantage from this moment, and we can go and take a look at other boards. Other game, Jahangir Wahidov versus Sound Nurgaliyev. We have played with this guy, I think. Sound Nurgaliyev, yes. Shamsuddin Wahidov played with Sound Nurgaliyev, but Shamsuddin lost against this guy. And today, another Uzbek grandmaster is playing with Sound Nurgaliyev. Jahangir Wahidov is playing with the white pieces. Now, the position is just solid. Our knight is on d6. Whenever bishop takes, we take with our pawn. And maybe somewhere we will move our bishop, double up the rooks, and put pressure from this line. And we will try to lead our pawn to the victory. Amazing, amazing. Now, Sound Nurgaliyev has 10 minutes, and we have 14 minutes. And at the last board, board number 104, this is not the last board on the tournament. Muhammad Zohod Suyarov is playing against Mark Smirnov from Kazakhstan. Another international master from Kazakhstan. And our international master, Muhammad Zohod Suyarov. At this point, we are playing with the white pieces. We developed our knights, our bishops. We castled and put our rook to this e1 square. And now we are pushing our pawn on the center and striking to this knight and a pawn in a one time. When pawn takes, we capture with our bishop and put pressure. And our bishops will be beast. We put our another bishop from b1. And we are hoping to push our pawn and put pressure on this h7 square in the future. Great stuff. At this point, first of all, Muhammad Zohod Suyarov captured the bishop. This is great. And now knight will take. If pawn takes, I don't know. I would have taken with the knight. Now, Mark Smirnov is thinking. He can take the bishop. He can take the queen. He has a lot of ideas at this point. He's thinking. Okay, give him this chance. And now we are going to see the Jawhar scenario scheme. Look at the knights. The players are playing the hard, a good theoretical game at this point. Look at the position. This is positional game. The players are playing positional chess right now. Cristobal Henrique is also a good prepared for this game, I think, because look at the pawn structure, look at the knights and the queen, look at the rooks, and now we bring our rook also. Maybe we'll start the exchanging on the center of the board. These two double pawns. When you take this, he takes this way. Now he has also another 3 pawns on the center of the board on this e4, d4, and c4 squares. And he's striking with his pawns. Jawhar Sindarov played h6 at this point, just a normal move. It's not like destroying the position, just keeps the position like this. It's just a natural move. Natural and simple move, we call this. Jawhar is playing at the board number 6. Mukhuddin Madaminov is going to top. He's now playing board number 12. And Nodirbek Absatarov is here playing with the black pieces, and he's sitting at the board number 16. He's playing against Andrew Song. Alright, at this point, Andrew Song played bishop to b1. He put his bishop, always attacks to this h7 square, always keeps an eye on this h7 square. And now Nodirbek Absatarov is thinking, what we can do at this point? We can capture the point because we have 3 attackers here. We can take this point. When the knight takes, I think we can take with the bishop. Bishop takes, we can take with the rook. And it's going to be an equal exchange. Maybe he can play like queen b3 here to attack to our knight. I don't know, a lot of things are in there. So Nodirbek Absatarov has 9 minutes on his clock and he's thinking what to do. He saw the pawn is under attack, but I think he's thinking about another ideas. He's counting the moves. And he's thinking, I know this lines because I'm watching the engine right over here. So I see the engine moves and I'm showing you the moves. But the players doesn't know about this. They have to calculate these moves in their minds. So let's give them a time. And we can go to the next board. Mukhuddin Madaminov versus Rauf Mamedov. Mukhuddin is playing the endgame. Great. 2 rooks and a knight and a bishop versus 2 rooks and a knight and a bishop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pawns versus 6 pawns. The position is just a solid draw right now. If there are any changes, I'll let you know. Now we can go to the Nodirbek Yakubayev scheme. Nodirbek has almost 8 minutes in his clock, and the position is slightly better for black pieces. In the next moves, we can go to rook e8 if we want, or just king b8. Let's get out of the threats. Is another one of the other options, but we are giving pawn by moving king b8. We are giving this pawn. That's a bit risky. Okay, if we go here, if he takes, then what happens? I think this should be a mistake because of knight d4. Yeah, because of knight d4. Then we can jump into this square. The knight is no longer defending this d4 square, so we can jump into this square. Great, great. This pawn is just poisoned then. King b8, we can go to this. Or knight g4 first of all. Or knight g4 first of all. Because he can't take. If he takes, we take the rook. Knight g4 Like we're threatening something on this file. That's amazing, I think. At this point, another big Yakuboyev is thinking. We will give him a time. King b8 played. Great, great move by another big Yakuboyev. And now let's wait a bit at this point. P. Indian is thinking. Let him think. I wanted to see his legs. I wanted to see his next move. Does he takes the pawn on g7 or he makes another move? At this point, the better move is just playing e4, tracking with e pawn with the bishop. I think he plays this because it's not difficult to find. If I'm playing with the white pieces, I wanted to develop my light square bishop from somewhere and I wanted to castle. For castling and for developing my bishop, I have to push my pawn in e4. I think the grandmaster saw this move from the beginning, so it's not difficult for him to find this move. mm-hmm. Pawn to e4, yeah, pawn e4 had played. And now what do we do? I think this is the right way. I think this is the right time to play rook to e8. Because by tempo, we can develop our rook. I just like this move. Okay, guys, let me bring a bottle of water. I'll be back. It's like British plus American. Bottle British, water American. Let's go. And I'm Asian. I'm here now, guys. I'm here now. What's going on? Alderbek Yakuboyev is still thinking at this point. What's going on in other boards? Jawahar Sindarov is playing with Cristobal Henriquez. And now he's thinking Jawahar is attacking on this king side. His pawn on g4, knight on h5. Look at the maneuver, guys. After h6, he maneuvers his knight and trades the knight and pushing and knight to h5. Jawahar Sindarov is maneuvering with his knight. And now our knight is on h5. Our opponent has 8 minutes. We have 10 minutes. We have 2-minute advantage. How about on other boards? Jahangir Wahidov was winning, guys. Jahangir Wahidov has a winning position. His opponent made a mistake at this point. And now what is the better option for us? h3 is better option. Kicking out the horse. If we kick out the horse, and he just take this? Knight e5 is better option. Why he can't take this? Because of rook f2, right? And this position is +2 for white pieces. It's just a normal, but e5 is coming in the next move. He's pushing his pawns. Okay, h3 played by Jahangir Wahidov. Great. Yeah, rook versus 2 pieces. They are just equal, but at the end game, 2 pieces are better. So it's better to remove 2 pieces for the rook. He knows this. He's not trading. Knight to e5 and now bishop to f4. Attack to the knight once again with tempo. 1 second, guys. One second. Okay, what's going on? And after this move, Jahangir Wahidov is thinking bishop to f4. As I told you, bishop to f4 is the better move. I think he can find this. At this point, Jahangir Wahidov is thinking, okay, bishop to f4, great. Jahangir Wahidov is finding bishop to f4, another great move in this position. Nodirbek Abdusattorov is having a brilliant move. Oh my goodness, look at this. We stopped at this point. Where we stopped? At this point we stopped, and now rook b8 we stopped, rook b8, rook b1, and then bishop b7, bishop to c2. Pawn takes, and then knight to b4, another great move. Bishop goes back, then we take the pawn. Nodirbek finds this. The pieces are getting traded, and the queen to b3. Andrew Shong is also finding all the better moves. And at this point, look at this. Pawn to c4. Brilliant move in this position. And why this is brilliant? You can ask, why this is brilliant? We just take the knight. But then, bishop to a4. I mean, bishop to a5. Boom. Boom. This point, bitter move, we just play bishop to g5, re-attack to our queen, and we take the queen. We take our rook, and at this point, we take this and just play this endgame. Queen versus these two rooks, and the rook versus knight. Not that I know how to win these positions. 1 second, where is our board? Look, this is the game. This is the move. At this point, he played this. Oh, taking this. I think taking the queen was the better option at this point, but Nodirbek takes the bishop. Okay. Okay. All good. All good. Again, the queen is under attack. Nodirbek is playing with 99% accuracy. His opponent is playing with 91% accuracy. 99% accuracy from Nodirbek Abdusattorov. Okay, rook takes, and now we take the queen. He takes this one, and now d5. Just d5, and now we are defending the pawn, attacking the rook. We are saving the pawn in the next move. Just easy peasy. Nodirbek shows the queen endgame, and then endgames, guys. Endgame, Nodirbek shows us how to win this. We're gonna take the next pawn also in the next move, so just a hopeless for Andrew Shongness. I think he's gonna play another like about 10 moves, and he's gonna resign because it can't hold this position longer than 10 moves, I think. And now Jawahar Sindarov, he got 7 minutes. His opponent has 6 minutes also, and they are playing positional chess right now. They are fighting each other. Okay, what is the live? Where is the live stream chat? I wanted to see the live stream chat. I wanted to see the messages. Why are you streaming? No one is watching, even though you are wasting your time. Go and sleep. Okay, universe knowledge. Nothing will happen by ignoring me. You are still wasting your time. Just go and sleep. You can't earn and then from that. Can I do whatever I do? Can I do whatever I like? I just saw your message. I was not ignoring you. I just saw your message. Can I do whatever I like? I just like to commentate this and nobody's watching. Okay, nobody's watching. Just 2 people are watching this. That's enough for me. By commentating this, I am learning commentating skills. I'm not wasting my time. I'm building my future. Okay, at this point, Cristobal Henriquez played knight to f4, attacking to the knight. He's offering a knight trade, and now, what is the better option for black pieces? We can play bishop to e6, I think, at this point. Putting the bishop on active square when knight takes, it's gonna be not good for him because our knight is so powerful at this point. Thank you. And yeah, knight takes is not a good option because his pawns are so powerful. He has like a triple pawn on this point. And when we take this, he takes with pawn and pushes the pawn. He wanted to exchange everything. Yeah, knight g7 is also a good option at this point. The pawn is defended. Whenever he pushes his pawn, we are ready to capture this, I think. Yeah. And how about other... Oh, queen to d6. Offering a queen trade. And now can't we play knight e6? Because we're playing knight e6. If queen takes, rook takes e7. If knight takes, then we take with the bishop. And this position is so much better for us. His bishop is dead. His rooks are not doing nothing. We're going to take the control of this file. And we're going to start the maneuvers. b5, c4, takes, bishop takes c4. The moves are coming. Let's go, Jawahar. I believe in you. I believe you can find 96. Commentating is not easy. Nobody's going to hire a commentator like you. Okay, I don't care. And I didn't hire you here. You are here. Just writing. Why you're wasting time, by the way? This is the right question for you. Why you're wasting time? Queen takes, queen, rook takes, knight takes. Just I take this. And I don't care. Nobody's hire me or whatever. I just love to commentate. I just like to watch chess, and I'm doing this on the live stream. I think there is nothing wrong, and this is not even my own job. I have another jobs after this live stream, so just living your life. Okay, let's go to the next games. How about Nodirbek Yakubayev? Nodirbek Absatarov is playing here. How about Nodirbek Yakubayev? His position is draw right now. We got 1 minute. Okay, Nodirbek Absatarov has 7 minutes versus Andrei Shong. He got 3 minutes. Always pushing. I told you, Nodirbek is playing so well at the end game with the queen. Rook a5, and he's playing the moves in a short time. Knight and a rook is under attack in one time, and this is GG. I think he can even resign at this point. Okay, this game is not going to continue. Other 5 moves. Nodirbek Yakubayev has a winning position. There we go. Nodirbek Yakubayev has a winning position. He did a brilliant move. Rook f5. What is that? And take the pawn. If knight takes, we take with the knight and give a check in one time. That's impressive and amazing. Such an amazing game by Nodirbek Yakubayev. Also, he got less than a minute, but he got a winning position right now. I believe in him. He can survive and he can win. Okay. P. Inian is thinking at this point. He's from India. He scored 3 out of 6, like us. Yes, Andre Shong resigns at this point. He realizes that he can save the pieces and resigns. Here we go. At this point, he takes the pawn. We take the knight, and now you don't have a knight. We're pushing our pawns. Andre Shong resigns. Nodrbek Absatarov win. There we go, Nodrbek. We should come back. At the previous round, we had a draw, I think. Now we won the game. Amazing. We should come back. Let's go. And how about Jawahar Sindarov? Jawahar, you should win this. Here we go. At this point, we are playing positional chess. He played bishop to f1. We found knight to e6. And at this point, king g7. Engine is telling us that king g7 is better option. He finds king g7. King g7. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me check out our Telegram. Let me check out our Telegram. And it's going well. After king g7, our opponent is thinking, okay, let's go to the next board. What's going on? Jahangir Wahidov is winning, as I told you. His opponent will resign. Jahangir Wahidov is beating Sawat Nurgaliyev right now. Attack to the bishop. Where this bishop goes. Let's go. We are winning at this point also, in this game also. And now Nodrbek Yakuboyev. I wanted to see this game. Another great moves. Nodrbek did a brilliant move. And now we are attacking to the queen. Oh, wow. Queen to e3 is coming. He blocks with the queen, stops queen e3. And now what do we do? Knight d4 check is better option first. Knight d4 check. Oh my goodness, what is that? King f2 is the better move. And for king f2, we take the pawn and give another check. Oh, what? Just queen h6 is better now. Because there is no checks. If you take this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Rook c3 is better now. Knight takes c3. Just giving up the rook. Oh my goodness. Nodrbek. I think it is hard to find. I know this is hard. I know this is hard to find. Yeah. Human plays queen b2, but queen h6, it is really hard to find. Now game is going for a draw. This is a mistake even, because Nodrbek is running out of time. 5 seconds. And now 15 seconds. He's running out of time. And there is no mate. This is going to a draw now. Oh my. Time matters like all the time. Jawahar Sindarov is losing. No. No, this endgame is tricky. Yeah, you got a pawn at this point, but no. Nobody believes. Again, he's winning. But time. All that matters, time. What is better option? Knight takes f5 was better option at this point. But it misses and attacks to the rook. But this is not just an easy. Yeah, Nodrbek is playing this maybe in 3 seconds in his clock, and this is hard to find. The rook c2 is better option at this point, attacking to the queen. And then queen f6. This is not easy to find. Man, who is this universal guy? I don't know who is he. I think he will be sleeping right now. I don't know, the Hujain. Thank you for removing his messages. I'm sorry, I was just paying my attention to the Telegram chat. I was just checking the messages. No, it's just hard. It is just hard to find all the best moves because we are running out of time. Rook c1, queen b2 again. Rook c1, queen b2 again. Mukhaddam Madaminov is losing on the time pressure again. Not good. Jawahar Sindarov is also on the time pressure at this point. His position is just... Engine is telling us that this is losing, but why? Because of this pawn? But it's not end of the world. No, I can't believe that he loses this. No, I can't believe. Bishop C8 played at this point. Christopher Henriquez is thinking at this point. Again, we have a winning position with black pieces. And then please. Queen H8 was better, and now I think the position just 1, 2, and now he moves his knight, and now this is draw. Queen takes C3, just another check. Just king goes. And now what? We have to save our piece. Rook takes C3 is better option, and he takes, then we take, and this is... Yeah, this is endgame. We can check and take this A pawn, or we can take this H pawn, but okay, let them play. But F5 pawn is really annoying. And now this is endgame. Let's watch Joe Hersendaro's game. He got 28 minutes. 28 seconds. Rook e5, and after rook e5, his opponent is thinking, because this d pawn is really annoying. The reason why Engine is telling us that this is a bit tricky. Rook c2. How about if he pushes? Rook takes c5. The pawn is tricky. Rook c2 is better option, he's telling us, to defend the knight. Yeah, he played this. Now this is hard. You gotta like... And now also, can we take this? But the bishop versus the rook endgame. We have to play bishop versus rook endgame. And yeah, I think. But this is also playable. The rook takes queen. And when the rook takes, we can save the bishop. We're attacking to the pawns. Rook takes e4, I think, or c4 first. c4. Then pawn take. I don't know. I don't know. This is so tricky. This is so tricky, but it's not the end of the world. Mukhudin Madaminov is losing against Rauf Mamedov at this point. Oh, wow. Just the one pawn matters. King is defending this. The position is +3. What's going on here, Shamsuddin? Where these moves are going on? In Johar Sport? Which game is this? Shamsuddin Wahidov's game. He's just flying to the sky. Shamsuddin is losing now. Ooh. +4 because of this g3 pawn. Oh, wow. And now this is draw. Yeah, Nalderbek's game ended in a draw. Okay, he got a winning position, but time matters always. Let's look at Johar Sendaro's game. At least he should find a draw. I believe he can do this. But this is really hard. I believe he can find... Johor Sindarov is fighting until the end, but position is just not that easy to survive. Rook d2 played by Rauf Mamedov. And now what is the better option for us? A rook e5? Rook e5. No, bishop to e4. Johor plays bishop to e4. Ay, ay, ay. Johor is on the time pressure. Just made a move when he has a 2-second in his clock. Nadirbek Yakubayev ended his game in a draw. Mind Bekmuradov's game is going for a draw. But Shamsuddin Wahidov is losing now. Jahangir Wahidov won. Muhammad Zohar Tuyarov was winning. And he won. Here is the win. Here is the result. Congratulations to Muhammad Zohar Tuyarov. He just won 2 games today. Amazing. Great. Great start. From the second game, Jahangir Wahidov is also won. Stawat Nurgaliev. Great stuff from Jahangir Wahidov. And now Shamsuddin Wahidov is in a hard... Shamsuddin Wahidov is having a hard time. Can't I just take this? Because the rook can take this pawn. When we take this pawn, he takes this pawn, and this is 2 points versus 0 point. Shamsuddin's position is losing, guys. Jawahar Sindarov, what's going on? Muhuddin is in a hard time. The bishop, the pawns are just pushing. Take check. Oh, our knight is just not doing nothing. Knight c1. Knight c1, we should move our knight. Or king d3. King d3 is also looks good option, I think. Yeah, king d3. And then knight a1 or knight c1. No matter. We should develop our knight. Either from a1, either from c1. But this is... Okay, this is also a good option. Like, I want to fork if you didn't see this. But Rauf Mamedov has a 1 minute in his clock. Moves his king. And then knight f3. Let's go. Great. We are putting pressure. I don't know, but Muhuddin Madaminov is just fighting. Muhuddin is fighting. He's not gonna resign that easily. Jawhar's position is just not good. Shamsuddin Wahidov is also losing here. But Jawhar is fighting. Not easy. Where's the moves? -6. Right. Moyun Bekmuradov is playing against Andrei Wolokitin. Andrei Wolokitin has an extra pawn. And this position is almost a draw. But we have to prove that this is a draw. Oh. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to stop this pawn. It is gonna be hard to stop this pawn. This is Johor's game. Playing with the black pieces and the bishop versus rook. And we can't go anywhere. He just blocked our piece, and now he can go and take the punch. Johor Sindarov lost this game, guys. Unfortunately, Johor is gonna lose this. Muhuddin Madaminov is also not in a good position. Johor Sindarov admitted his loss. The game has just done over. Muhuddin attack to the bishop. Either he can defend. He plays bishop d1. With an extra bishop, Rauf Mamedov is a very strong player. Attacking to the rook. And now this game, again going for a draw. Knight endgames are tricky. Humayun is saving the game. Knight is under attack. We can try and take this pawn, and we will sack our pawn to the knight, and it's going to be a draw. It is going to be a draw. Shamsuddin is fighting here. But I told you, 2 pawns versus 0 pawn. Robert is having these pawns to the victory. Track here. And now, guys, okay. I don't want to tell you this, but Shamsuddin might have lost, guys. And then Muhuddin Madaminov is still fighting. Nah, guys, 3 pawns versus. No, it is really difficult. Again, 3 pawns. But Humayun is saving the position. And now, Humayun has to take this pawn. If he takes the pawn, that's just an easy peasy. Or King e5 is better, engine is telling us. How about, can't I just take this? It's check, King e5. Because if you go there, I'll fork you and take your pawn anyway. King e5, let's go. Humayun. Knight takes b6. We can just take this. Here we go. Yeah, we take and draw. Yeah. Humayun Bekmuradov had a draw. Great. Muhuddin is fighting. He captured 1 pawn, but connected pawns are so powerful. It's +7 for black pieces. Alderbek had a draw. Yakubayev, Alderbek upset of 1. Humayun Bekmuradov had a draw. Shamsuddin might have lost his game against Robert from Armenia. Jahangir might have won the game. Muhammad Zahotsiarov won the game. And Johor Sindarov lost at this round. He was unbeatable until to this round, but this round, first of all, Henriquez won the game against Johor Sindarov. And now we are having this game. Muhuddin is fighting until the end. He's not just resigning. He's making Rauf Mamedov nervous until the end of the game. Damn, Sindarov lost. Yeah, Sindarov lost. Okay, check. It's giving all the checks, but it's going for a checkmate. Now it's going for a checkmate because King c3, King c2, and the checkmate is coming. Rauf Mamedov is also playing. You can't play a rook b1 because this is check. and mate. Rook b1, rook a2, mate. Mukhudin is not resigning. Mukhudin is still playing this. Okay. This will be over, guys. Let me check out other boards. Top board. Magnus lost. Even Magnus Carlsen lost, guys. Magnus lost to Vladislav Artemiev. And now Vladislav at the first place. Maxim Shilograf had a draw with David Anton. Yesterday we played with David Anton. By the way, what is your chess rating? I am not international master. I am about to be candidate master. This year, I will try to reach to the FIDE master, but I mean, until the 2026, before 2027, I will try to be FIDE master, but now I am near to the candidate master. Gukesh did draw with Alexei Sarana. Roy Robson did draw with Hans Niemann. Maxim Chigayev did draw with Arjun. All the 5 top boards has draw. Only Magnus lost. And Jawahar lost here. Anish Girer lost to Alexander Shimanov. Yu Yangi, Denis Lazavik, draw. Nihal Sarin won. Le Kwamle won the game. And then Yagiskan Erdoğmuş had a draw with Shant Sargsyan. Maxim Matlakov had a draw. Ali Reza lost the game. Sinem Wahed won. Ali Reza lost. Fabiano won. And then Nolderbek Absattarov won the game. The games are going like that. Yeah. Ali Reza also lost. Magnus lost. That's impressive. Vladislav Artemiev. Queen's Gambit on the board. Take, cancel this. Where is the mistake? Vladislav made this mistake. Magnus misses. And then brilliant move from Vladislav Artemiev. And look at the position. Oh, wow. Just the one mistake. And he blunders. Another brilliant move. Oh my goodness. How he defeated Magnus Carlsen. This is going to be the game of the day. Oh. Vladislav Artemiev just ate Magnus for the breakfast. Oh my goodness. Okay, with that, all the game's over, guys. Let me change this. Delete this. Delete this. Mohodan is still playing here. He's not resigning. Okay. What is his help from? What is his help from? It is mate in 1. Engine is telling us King A1, mate in 7. Rook C4 is the better move. He's telling us. So Rook D1. Mohuddin Madaminov is playing this position until the end. Let's open the video. Hikaru is streaming now. Hikaru is also... Look at this. At this point, if you play this, if you promotes to a queen, this is a draw. Because this, I'll go here. But this is a nice trick because at this point, check. If you move, he plays this. And then, either checkmate is coming if you move the king. And that's over. Yeah. At this point, Mohuddin Madaminov resigns. After king b3. Yeah, great game. Okay, guys, with that, all the games has just an hour. And let's look at the women's section. Women. Okay, let's reload this. Open up the women's section. Women's are not playing? Where's round 7? Where's round 7 for women? I thought there was a round 7. Okay, with that, the games are just nowhere. I don't know. There's no games on women's section. So I'll go back. Unfortunately, Jawahar lost. Let me open another live stream. And that's all. And this is all, guys, for today. We have another 2 rounds, but I will take a little break. I'll watch the another 2 rounds with other commentators with my Chess team. And then after the games, I will make a review video. I will make an analysis video of day 2 of this tournament, guys. For now, this is all. It's been 2.5 hours. I was with you. My name is Baba John Chess. I was with you in this previous hours. And now, day 2, game 2, has just an hour, 2 games left. And I'll be watching with you these games. Bye. See ya. Until tomorrow.